What is it with Real Madrid and comebacks? During the Champions League match against Borussia Dortmund, Madrid bounced back from a 2-goal deficit. Despite trailing 2-0 at halftime, Madrid scored 5 goals in the second half to win the match 5-2. And the star of the night was Vinicius Junior, who scored a hat-trick in 30 minutes, turning the boos into cheers at the Santiago Bernabeu. When Madrid were trailing, the frustrated fans jeered loudly. But Vinicius managed to turn that into applause, even crediting the fans for that win.
We know that when we are at home playing in front of our fans, anything can happen. When we got to the locker room, we were all very quiet. We just listened to the coach and we said only one thing, that if we scored the first goal, we would rally and win. And we did it again.
But the story really is how the tables seem to have turned for the Brazilian, because the same Vinicius was racially abused, targeted and questioned by many in Spain. After last night, he sits a hero for the Real Madrid faithfuls. In fact, what also wowed fans everywhere was how Vinicius ended up celebrating one of his goals, an ode to Madrid's former superhero, Cristiano Ronaldo. That ought to take many people down memory lane back in time. And it isn't just about Vinicius scoring goals here or celebrating like legends that has made him a bit of a favorite here at Madrid all around suddenly. It is his humility and the loyalty to that badge that has made this sort of a turnaround truly possible.
I'm always focused on wanting to be at Real Madrid, being with the best players, learning alongside the best players.
Vinicius, of course, made that statement back in 2021 when things were completely different for the footballer. Fans racially abused him all across Spain. It put serious stress on the mental health of the footballer. Despite the resistance and the jibes, the hatred that he had been subjected to, Vinicius had only one thing in mind, and that was to continue staying at Real. And to think it was not just the fans who had it out for him. Back in 2020, Madrid star Karim Benzema even accused Vinicius of not being a team player. This was during a Champions League match against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Vinicius still persisted. He kept telling himself this is where he truly belonged. And now, 3 years later, the footballer is still at Real, winning titles with the club, saving them from losses and having the entire fans turn things around for him. Things have drastically changed for the football star, so much so that the same Benzema who accused Vinicius of playing against Real in 2020 is now backing Vinicius for the prestigious Ballon d'Or. This was something no one would have expected Benzema to say post that incident in 2020, but life does seem to come around, and more so for Vinicius. It isn't just this performance against Dortmund that has established his caliber, but just the way he has helped Real through his career, that makes him one of the biggest stars at the club. Even after Kylian Mbappe's arrival, the 24-year-old Vinicius continues to prove his worth. Even going on to rally around Mbappe, cheering him on, supporting him through the time when things were rough for the Frenchman. Which is why it isn't just Benzema, but also the club manager, Carlos Ancelotti, who has been all praise for this Brazilian.
I think he's going to win it. Not for what he did tonight, but for what he did last year. Last year, he helped us win the Champions League. These 3 goals he scored today, they will help him for the next Ballon d'Or.
Ancelotti there saying that he truly believes Vinicius would win that Ballon d'Or. And he believes Vinicius is the superstar not just for this year, but also for the year to follow. What a journey the last 1 year alone has been for a man who was the most targeted, unloved footballer in all of Spain, who was taunted and ribbed, From breaking down due to racism to his club allegiance being questioned and doubted to now becoming the biggest star at one of the biggest clubs in Europe. It has been quite the turnaround for Vinicius Jr.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.